first thing, like we said, is your timeline. And there's some really important things about your timeline. Now, the first thing to think about is that people get on Facebook for a reason, right? People get on Facebook, well, for several different reasons, but typically it's not to go buy stuff, or if they wanted to buy stuff, maybe they'll go to the marketplace, but they usually don't scroll down through their timeline on their phone or on the computer or whatever to look for products to buy. So if your timeline is all product based, and it's all either promos or products, or even if it's just solely before and after, if it's all, business stuff, then people are pretty quickly just kind of going to scroll past that because that's not what they're on Facebook for, right? So one of the best ways to do your timeline is to break that up and to do only a small percentage of your Facebook stuff business related, but the huge other percentage of it be personal, right? Be the stuff that normal people post. So the best breakdown, the guideline we've gotten from the majority of our leaders is about 20%, maybe 15 to 20% of your posts should be about Xyngular, about the business. And then the other 85% or so should be personal stuff. And there's 3 different categories that you can break up that personal stuff into. So again, about 1 in 5, 20% of that can be business. And then the whole majority, the rest of it, we're going to talk about maybe 3 different categories that you can break that stuff up into so that it's interesting, it's engaging, it's content that people like. So the 3 categories are value posts, update posts, and engagement posts. Those are the 3. And remember, this is in the whole box here of personal stuff, right? So a value post, actually let's do update posts first. So update posts are just exactly what they sound like. You're just updating people on what's going on in your life. That's the big bulk of what people get on Facebook to see is what's going on in the lives of my friends, okay? So the update posts are, how your kid's doing, how your families are doing, this new dog you just bought, this fun activity you just went to, maybe sometimes the food you're eating, all that stuff. Those are all update posts, just letting people know what's going on in your life, kind of giving them a window into what you're doing, that kind of stuff. Those are really, really important. So as often as you can, just update people on what's going on in your life. The second type is a value post, like I mentioned, and that's adding value somehow to the lives of the people that are following you, the people that are your friends, right? So that could take on a lot of different forms too. That could be, for example, I know a lot of people like to post recipes. That's value, right? Somebody gets on your Facebook and they think, oh, cool. Hey, this is awesome. I could use this later in my life. Another example could be a lot of our distributors are involved in like the rodeo world. And you could say, post an article of 5 best practices for taking care of my horse during racing season. I don't know a lot about rodeos. I just kind of made that up. But whatever it is, we've got some distributors who are basketball coaches, like, 3 drills that help any basketball fundamentalist or like stuff like that. And then the third type of post in this bucket of personal stuff is engagement posts. And that's just posts that maybe you ask a question or maybe you say something so that other people can comment and like and engage in the discussion. So an easy example of that is, I just saw one actually the other day that said, I'm going on my first trip with my baby, my 2-year-old baby. What are some tips that you have for flying with a child? And then your followers, your friends are going to see something like that. Anybody that has a tip, we love to give each other tips and advice. So anybody's going to comment in and say, oh, try this, try this, try this, try this, try this, all that kind of stuff. Another one that I've liked is, hey, go to the GIF bar, which if you don't know what that is, down at the bottom of every comment, there's a little thing that says GIF, and you can click on that and you can type in a topic and it'll put a GIF in the comments, which is like a moving picture. And go to the GIF bar, type in Halloween, the year that you were born, and then it'll pop up a picture, and that has to be your Halloween costume this year. That's a fun one where people can just engage, have fun, kind of be silly, and then they're like, oh, great, I guess I'm dressing up as a pumpkin this year or something like that. But those are just a couple of examples. But the idea is you're updating people in your life, you're adding value to them somehow, and then you're getting people to engage, because that's what's going to keep people seeing your posts. The more they engage, the more Facebook thinks they like what you're posting, the more they're going to see more of your posts.